Hi, my name is Eli Peltz. This is Cole. We're going to do a assessment on his feet and decide where in his calf does he need balance. So part of my myotherapy classes, we talk about assessing the feet. So we've already interviewed Cole. We've watched him walk. We've watched him standing. We're trying to look for patterns in his body. And then when we get to the feet, this is a story of where Cole puts all his pressure. There's so much information here. Look at your client's shoes. If you haven't done that, try that, and you'll see where they walk, what part of their body they exert more weight on. And for Cole, just by giving a little tug, I can feel that the outside edge of Cole's foot by his heel is just a little bit looser than what's on the inside here. So what we're going to do is first release the feet through the plantar fascia. Just giving examples here. Loosen every single joint, the toes, metatarsals, where this Liz Frank area is. Get all the movements back, eversion, inversion, extension, flexion. Once that's done, now we're going to start to feel the balance of the tissue in the calf. How is his peroneus and tibularis anterior? How is his soleus? Medially, the soleus and the gastrocs tend to glump together, and you can feel that by just dragging your fingers very lightly across the tissue, very lightly. Oil can be used here, preferably a cream. I would highly recommend finding something that is a little sticky. You don't want too much glide here. So for Cole, we're going to do a brevis, peroneus and tibularis anterior release by just gently sinking into the tissue by his ankle and running alongside this band. And as I do this, I'm feeling for places under my fingertips. I'm listening with my fingers to see where else are there subtle pressures. And this is unique to this individual, what you're going to feel. But by traveling myofascially along this ridge, this outside band, what Tom Myers would call the lateral line, highly recommend reading his book, Plug for Tom, and also checking this deep front line. And how does that relate to each other? How does it relate to his arch? And you can drag the tissue from the arch into the medial part of the foot, all the way around. Now this midfoot, his anchor, is dragging this front tissue with it. And this is a place where Cole needs to stretch. So we have found Cole's pattern and are using his tension patterns to create the plan to bring more balance to his calf area. And a nice way to see is to bring this foot flat, loosen the calf completely. And Cole, what's your thought? How does that leg feel compared to the other calf?
It definitely does feel looser. I feel more relaxed.
And bring that other knee in now. Is it changed on the hips too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see how tightly wound this area of the body is, and it sort of acts like an anchor. And so with all this tension, there is an opportunity to release some of that tension. And look at Cole just moving through, just from tiny little pulls. This is a result of all this wound tissue.